Record. Hey guys, how we all doing? Great to see you, everyone. Thanks so much for jumping in. Always like big smile on my face as I see everybody coming in there. So good to see you guys here. Hey guys, since there's only a few of us on just yet, hopefully a few more jumping in. Mr. Johan, hey bud. Johan and I were talking during the week about what is the best training to deliver for you guys, and being this the end of the quarter, we've run our four meeting cadence, as you guys have kind of got to get used to. We've had that guest speaker, we've had the Q&As, we've had the tech training, and today's session, the hot seat session. But Johan and I were talking, we're saying, what about what you guys need? Like what would you like to have more of? Where would you like to see this training go? We are about to kick off our new quarter. So we do another training schedule. So we'd love to get a bit of feedback. Anybody want to pop their hand up and give us a little bit of feedback on the training cadence and what you'd like to see more of, less of? Go for it, Stacey.
One of the things that I'd really like, because of just sort of people sort of coming out and the popularity of GHL as a whole,
Hmm.
like how to position that, and then also to like sort of, like sometimes it's easier just to get your foot in the door in terms of some in how to position your product offer because they're already working in an environment that may be already GHL from like that's already a GHL. So why would they go from their GHL to your GHL
Hmm.
when they can implement our tools no matter what, right?
Yeah,
So
cool.
just and how to package that and then but also there's like that other level of I also recognize that there's a level of like I have sorry, I have a very active cat here.
It's all
Um
good. Mine's asleep.
yeah. So but there's like workflows that we have that are built to really maximize, yes, I know, boo boo. To maximize sort of the usage of the leads tools, like
Hmm.
they're specifically designed for an industry. So how would we go about doing that, and sort of
Hmm.
like talking that through and making sure that, you're still adding value, but you're also not like, giving stuff away for free.
Yeah, great,
So
great
that,
point.
that
So
was kind of a long question. If it was a question, I think it was more of a dialogue, but
I
that's
get
what
it. I
it.
get it. So, more, I guess, as we move forward, more about how to make sales, how to get into that room, what to sell, how to
Packaging.
strategize that, how to package up what we have. Yeah, sounds great. Awesome, guys. Anybody else want to unmute, pop their hands up in terms of feedback? We're talking about what kind of training cadence. What would you like to see on our weekly calls in terms of moving forward? Do you want to see more guest speakers? Do you want to see less meetings? Are we meeting often enough? Are we meeting not too often? Like, what's your feedback? Feel free to use the chat or raise the hand or unmute or whatever you feel like there. Mark, I see you unmute.
Yep. G'day, Walt. G'day,
Hey,
everyone.
mate. How'd your
Yes,
demo
for
go
me,
yesterday?
it went really well, to be honest. Like I got a little bit
Great.
unstuck on the live demo, but what worked really well for me was going into the call. We did like a 10-minute discovery session, just working out their current sales lead generation process, which was really good. They were really engaged. And then I connected to the boardroom big screen, and I actually pulled up my website and that 11-minute video of you running through how to use the tool. I find
Amazing.
that way more effective. Like you've already done the work and you do
Hmm.
it way better than me. So that was awesome. They were blown away by that. And then we did a couple of specific searches that like sort of didn't really deliver. And I was like, oh, damn it. But I was cool. I was calm. At the end of the day, they were pretty good about it too. Spoke to Johan, did a Loom recording where I kind of, fixed what I got unstuck with. And haven't heard back yet, but it's all good. Like I know I'll be back in that door very soon, and we'll carry on and
Yeah.
get the job done at some point. But it was great to be in there in the boardroom, doing it with some heavy hitters. So yeah, it went well.
Good on you, mate. Well done. And in terms of training, what are your thoughts for the best use of your time on these weekly calls?
Yeah, look, I know we've done something similar to this recently, but still for me, being quite new, total career change, getting my head in this space,
Hmm.
um, going from generating the leads to then creating labels, sending the lists into the CRM, more into the funnel sequences, like, actually doing that and then being able to see how that works, because that's where I'm not so confident at the moment.
Okay.
I've actually booked a training with a GHL specialist, and I'm going to be working with that person for 3 months, once a week. So, like, I'm really committed to getting my head into that space. But for me, that would be like amazing to see more of that.
So, taking the leads out of the tool and what to do next, how to get them into
Yeah.
outreach programs, how to approach them. Okay, cool. Johan, that's kind of what we were talking about yesterday with our thoughts on
Mm.
strategies moving forward, like how to get attention of the top people that we're looking for. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. And Mark, who's the specialist you're working with?
Alex put me on to CJ.
Oh, amazing. She's incredible.
Cool.
Yeah.
She also has an amazing team at her back as well, man. So like you can set up systems that then CJ's team can run for you, which is going to allow you to keep being the magic in the room. Amazing, guys. If you've got any other feedback, again, this is a
When you
change of
did that
quarter.
autopilot thing, that was awesome.
Okay, cool. So that was kind of showing
Like
you a
that
little bit.
thing was like exactly what Mark and I are basically selling, which is the ease of just you keep doing you, and like we can be behind the scenes and just basically keep you loaded with your ideal customer.
Cool.
Like, and even from like the recruitment standpoint, because that's where, I was focused on.
Mhm.
Not too much of a surprise, but they absolutely love that because they were getting a lot of resistance with regards to current job boards. And I'm going to say this to you guys too, because this is a whole market in and of itself, because there's a lot of industries out there that are 1099 commission only jobs, and
Yep.
job boards do not like those jobs. They will literally get kicked off. So they really have no other avenue to go other than looking at this from a recruitment standpoint to say, hey, you know what? You are going to have to find those people that have these skills and actively market directly to those people. Okay. So, I mean, this is a whole other, I don't know how you really thought about that, Walt, but that's a whole other market sector that is really untapped with this tool.
There's a lot of markets like that actually. Like I was talking to somebody
Huge.
a couple of weeks ago who is a cryptocurrency trainer. So she trains in cryptocurrency trading, which is obviously a big market. The trouble is, of course, that she can't use paid advertising because it falls under the
Yeah.
financial banner. So, and there's a lot of markets like that, when it's not
Mm.
not not cool to be able to put it onto Facebook or Google Ads or even YouTube or anything like that. So yeah, that's interesting. Cool, Stacey. So and again, I think Johan, just even hearing that, it's still about the how do I take this and present
Mm.
it in a way that can make a sale. And autopilot's a great example. I can take a piece of the tool and I can show somebody why it's amazing, and that makes the sale. Like it's just those packaged kind of presentations that allow people to move forward, dude. What do you think?
Yeah, yeah, 100%. So the reason for the questions is we want to make sure that we are
Mm,
delivering massive.
yeah.
Both of us have run agencies, companies since early 2000s. We're a couple of decades in here. And so with the experience, buying companies, selling companies, all that kind of stuff, we wanted to make sure that we gave you the option to say, hey, guys, we're not interested in tech training, but people are. We just want to make sure that we are delivering on your time.
Yeah.
What are the strategies and sales strategies, marketing strategies? We love this stuff. So
Mm.
happy to keep sharing and sharing our adventures as we are going along as well, and different things that are working. And Mark, we've been going for 4 years, so sometimes we feel like broken records, but then hearing you come on
Yeah.
and get fully excited and everything, it really G's us up and goes, yeah, cool, let's go,
This is
Mark.
the
Like
right
we're
thing to be on. Yeah.
And
back in
and
here
I think
100%.
that there's some space there to leverage sort of like the new things that are being rolled out through GHL. So
Mhm.
when I'm talking about like, okay, somebody already has GHL, but we have this product that plugs right into it, but I've got a snapshot, like a workflow that goes hand in hand. So now we've got the marketplace
Mm.
available. So how do we
What about?
incorporate the marketplace with that workflow, that pipeline that's already developed for them, because these people don't know it, they don't care, they just want to keep, they're just salespeople, you know, they aren't tech people, they're talkers. Okay. So how do we kind of like put that together?
Yeah, cool. So, for example, I saw the new reputation management come out with Sean this morning. So, being able to say, "Cool, now this new reputation management comes with this, this, and this." When you can show somebody how to go leads plus reputation equals this, that would give you a packaged up offer that you'd be able to put together. Cool, I like that.
That's right.
That's great, Stacey. Thank you. Awesome.
Mr. Malik.
Malik is here. Hey, bud. So Malik, today we're starting with, you know, what more training would you like to see as we roll into a new quarter and get all that going through? But today is also a hot seat session. So Malik, feel free to unmute, dude. You ask us the question and tell us what's on your mind and how we can help.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Hey man, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Good. So the question I have the lead is a credit card process merchant.
Yeah.
And he came to me, texted me saying, I want more booked appointments, right? So my first thought was, okay, white label suite, finding his ideal client, automating their outreach. So what I have the offer in my head, but how, when I'm telling it to him, how can I differentiate what the white label suite plus Closebot would do versus regular cold email outreach using Instantly and Apollo and things of that nature?
Yeah, great question, man. Great question. So, are you looking to provide it to him as a service, or are you looking to just provide him the tools and let him be self-served?
Hybrid. So I'm going to do the setup because he has GHL already. He's very familiar with GHL, so he just needs the pipeline and the leads. So what I was thinking was, you know, finding the leads using white label suite, automating it with a Closebot so that he only deals with the booked appointments, and then once it's set up, he can, you know, use the tool itself, but, you know, pay a monthly retainer.
Yeah, great, man. Absolutely. So first of all, it's a slam dunk from a fit point of view. We've worked with a lot of credit card processors over the time, and credit card processors typically need to reach certain markets. They need to present their offer. They need to, you know, get that in the space. It's a B2B sale, so it's ideal. And the combination of what you're talking about. So how can you differentiate between using a Apollo or, you know, Instantly or something like that? The great thing is you've got that. You can show that these programs together all work, but your program works together. Do you know what I'm saying? So like, I can show you Apollo's great and Instantly's awesome. And GHL's great and Closebot's great, but you put something together that's a 1, 2, 3. Now you've got a system. So what you can provide to the guys, you can say, all right, your GHL program's working amazing. You're going to connect it up to my lead store. What kind of leads are you looking for? Great. Here they are. Let me research them. And this key piece, the research then can feed Closebot. And that's where you can showcase something really cool with that, what we call contact aware conversations. So we've got a little short video on that, Malik, that you might want to showcase.
I just finished watching that video, but yeah, I know what
you're talking about. Cool. So that's a 2-minute video on contact aware conversations. Like that's the sale piece for leads plus Closebot through high level. So you can show that you can generate the ideal target on autopilot. Right? You can feed it into his GHL, into his existing pipeline. You can run the Closebot system. And the great thing is you've got the snapshots that can do the outreach. You've got the you've got a Closebot automation flow that we provide with that contact aware conversations piece as well. So we've got that automation flow. If you haven't got that, guys, by the way, we just hit up the support team. They've got the link for that. You can import it straight into the new Closebot 2.0. So you can show that your system is a done complete plug and play program. So he just has to tell you how many leads per week he's looking for, and then you can show him. You can keep the dashboard flowing with how many leads are going through and booked appointments straight through using Closebot. So what you're providing to him is not, and guys, this is for everyone. What you're providing is not a set of software. What you're providing for him is a system that produces a result. So we're going, cool. Let me plug this in for you. What's going to happen is I'm going to run 300, 400, 500 companies a week through this program. They're going to get something in their hands. They're going to have a conversation with your AI chatbot, and they're going to book into your calendar. And this is how it's going to run for you in the background, and we'll provide you the reports every week to show you how many leads have been contacted, how many responses have been sent, and you'll be able to see the calendar working through.
Okay, that helps a lot. And I think my last bottleneck is the email domain setup and the emails, because I sending what you said 300 emails a week. That's 1,200 in a month. How does the ramping up of that work out with the white label suite and Closebot?
Yeah, great question. So, Johan, should I go through the setup that I've been doing over the last little week or so? Yeah, cool. So, we have always used and stood on high level forever with our cold email. And guys, you've got to be compliant in your marketing. You have to know that. So all of your email marketing and that kind of stuff has to be compliant. So we've always stood on high level for our email marketing. We've set up separate subdomains for the different email accounts. So every time you always need to have a few email addresses, accounts running. And what we've been doing has been working, and we just wanted to ramp it up quickly. We wanted to move up to more volume, more scale, all that kind of stuff. So over the last couple of weeks, I've been really researching different programs and how to work with scaling that, learning from some of the best in the business, including Alex Hermosi and Lee Gen J, and these guys have been absorbing their videos. And what we are now doing, as of 3 or 4 days ago, what we are now doing is using Instantly to run our email marketing. So the reason for that is that we with Instantly, for $100 a month, I can have unlimited email accounts. Whereas and that all feeds in. So let me see if I can whiteboard this, just purely so I can give you guys something to look at. So if I've got, here we go. Cool. So if I've got, if I'm doing it the way that I have been doing it up until now, I've had GHL sub-account, GHL sub-account, GHL sub-account. Each one of these has got a different email address. Each one of them needs to have a different email setup, etc. And then I'm running one leads tool over here, and I'm setting up lots of campaigns, and every single campaign is then feeding back into its own individual account, right? So each multiple campaigns feeding multiple accounts. The difference with Instantly that we're finding, which is really, to me, makes a lot of difference, and I saw you pump the air there, Stacey. The difference with Instantly is that I can have one account with all of those email addresses in. It makes it so much easier to drop straight from our leads tool into Instantly, and Instantly separates the accounts for us. So Instantly is able to have like 30, 40, 50 email accounts set up in there. You can have multiple campaigns. So we can say campaign 1 is for pizza delivery. Campaign 2 is for my financial planners. Campaign 3 is for whatever it is. So you can have multiple different campaigns running, and I can drop leads straight from the tool into this system, and it works really easily. So just purely from we've only just started doing it, which is why we haven't dropped out some training on it. We want to make sure we're getting to see those results coming through for you guys, and then we'll drop out a specific training on it. But the reason that we went down this path is purely to scale quicker and easier. So high level has been amazing. We love the delivery rate, we love the reporting, but the management of it, we're just finding it easier over in Instantly. So Instantly does have a leads component as well. What we found is, of course, feeding our data back through gives us a lot more control over that. But Instantly is just working. So we've got, that's why we kind of went down that path. And it's only 4 or 5 days old since I've started rolling it out because of the functionality of it. So I can happily show you guys what we had to set up to connect our leads tool to Instantly. So we have a webhook set up there, and there's a set way of sending across the personalization across into Instantly. But again, we're just finding that if we want to scale that, we're doing it in high levels possible, but it's hard to manage because now you've got lots of conversational inboxes. And the way we had it set up before, again, probably talking too much here, but the way we had it set up before, we had multiple sub accounts within high level. All of them were then connected to one Closebot bot, which was working really super well. So we go, all of those replies were being handled by one Closebot, which is great because that Closebot was then sending them across to the sales page. So the management of the replies wasn't too difficult, but it was the sending the leads across that was like cumbersome. It works, but it's cumbersome. Now we want to move into volume. We want to get up to 500 a day, 1,000 a day kind of level. We needed to have something that was built for that. So we've taken that choice to go across to Instantly. As I said, it's only 4 or 5 days old. Looks good at this stage. Still doing an email warm up over there, which is a little bit slow. But yeah, so how do we scale it? You can scale it to 50 a day using multiple GHL accounts. What I feel is after you get 3 or 4 accounts on the one campaign, you need a better management system. So if you've got 3 or 4 accounts on high level, not too hard to manage. But if you get past that, I think you need an easier tool to manage that, Malik.
Okay.
So yeah, to scale for your client, like literally, I would start with high level. You got everything you need. They've got high level. They've got everything they need. But if you want to scale that quickly, you might want to go something like Instantly. So you go leads to Instantly. Instantly does all the work and sends the lead back to high level once they've confirmed. But again, Closebot doesn't plug into Instantly. So you need the engagement piece to still be on high level. So all of that email can go out through Instantly. But for example, if they're filling in a form that says, fill in your form and send us your credit card processing so that we can do a comparison for you, right, then you'll need that form to be on high level.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Doing the outreach to Instantly, have them quiz funnel. They fill out the quiz goes to high level, emails through Closebot, and then book appointment.
Perfect. Yeah, ideal, man. Absolutely ideal.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Hey, man. Thanks. Appreciate it. So, guys, hopefully everybody picks up something from everybody else's questions. So, love that. Guys, hot seat session. So, the conversation about what we are looking to be able to do is put you on the hot seat and say, where are you up to in your business? What's a question that we can answer? We throw it over to the mastermind. That's what we should be doing. So I should have thrown that over to you guys and asked you for your feedback and the way you're working. So what are you working on? How can we help you? What's happening in your business and why you're thinking about that? So guys, you can engage with us in one of 2 ways, or one of 3 ways, actually. Number 1 way, use the Zoom controls down the bottom. There's one that's got a little picture of a hand. You can raise your hand. That'll tell us that you've got a question and we can pop you onto the mic and see how we can solve that for you. Or you can just type it in the chat, drop it in, see what we can do, throw it over to the team and we'll open that up. And the third way, if you're just feeling brave and everybody else is quiet, you can just unmute and we'll jump straight across to you and ask that question. So Johan, while everybody's thinking that through and thinking of their questions and walking it up, let's have a look. So I'll jump across.
Mark's got a question.
Fantastic. So Mark saved the day for you, mate. I was going to put you on the hot seat, but Mark saved you. You can jump in. Mark, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm fine. It's really hot over here, but and I've got some other projects that are still really pressing, so I'm not that far along with White Label Suite. But hey, let's go to that Instantly thing. Yeah. So then how is the connection made back to GHL? So you're using your database, your leads, we're straight to Instantly, and you haven't even touched GHL yet.
Correct.
And then after there's a reply from Instantly, it's going to straight to GHL.
Yeah, so that's an extra step that you set up. So right now we have it going from our leads tool. We've got about 10 different email accounts that is going across into Instantly. Instantly is managing all of the email communication, and based on a reply, we've set up a connection in the background. So you need to have like a Zapier connection on reply, send it to the high level system so that Closebot can deal with that. So that's how we've got it set up. On reply is go for it. So we've got two different call to actions in those emails. Call to action number 1 is drop me a reply and I'll send it through for you. We're sending a 2-minute video as we always talk. So drop me a reply, I'll send you the video, show you how it works. The second call to action is click here to download. So we're offering like a free report on 5 ways you can use AI to increase your sales. So if they click here to download, it's downloading straight on a high level form so that we have that email address in the high level database and then Closebot can engage. And the click to reply was set up as Zapier. So when they reply, Zapier's got a great connection to Instantly. On reply, send to high level, reply from high level. So now I've got the actual engaged lead in my high level database and are able to be communicated via Closebot.
Would you still recommend at least having like one sub account per brand for because I just went through that whole rigmarole for every single one of the different products, and I thought I was
Right.
going to shoot myself. I was like, oh my God, like every single time. You know, but, uh, you know, it's kind of a pain in the ass to set up, but yet at the same time, I think that you need like at least one layer of just in case, right?
Oh, hell yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so
Okay, because otherwise, you know, like you're sending all of your initial cold outreach directly through yet another third party or whatever that you never know what's going to end up happening there. I don't know. I mean,
yeah, don't forget you never lose the account though, Stacey, or you never lose the data that makes the account work, which is the list. And what we always teach is the strategy to do your marketing through it's the wrong word, but disposable account. So, for example, purely again using ourselves as the example, prospectfalcon.com is our leads tool. That's you know, the same as you guys have with the white label tool. We've branded a leads tool that we call Prospect Falcon. So it's prospectfalcon.com, but our email marketing is going out from prospectfalcon.co and
right.
prospectfalcon.net. So we like if something happens to that, it's okay. It doesn't impact our actual real domain. So we're always setting up multiple domains, .net, .co, .io with a hyphen, with a dot, whatever it might be. So we're creating the domains that if they get shut down, and it's never happened to me in my marketing career, but it's happened to plenty of other people. If it gets shut down, you're like, okay, well, cool. Lost the .net, that's okay. Just flick over to the .ai, you know, kind of thing. So, but yes, in terms of, so what do you lose? GHL is where we live. GHL is where everything is for us. GHL is where our payments are. GHL is where our closebots are. GHL is where our automations are, our database. GHL is the gold, right? But if we're sending cold leads across to Instantly, and those leads are going into an Instantly account, and for some reason that Instantly email address gets shut down, the leads haven't gone anywhere. They're still there. It just means that you're sending out from that domain stops on that specific domain. So the leads are still in your leads tool. The leads are still in the Instantly account. The leads are in your GHL if they've engaged. So you haven't ever lost anything at that point.
It just makes it easier so that you don't have to create a sub account every time you want to have like a new like subdomain that's associated with your product.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
And then the next question that I had going along with that, Mark, sorry, it's just I've been in this mix and you were asking about the Instantly. So was the redirecting that, you know, .co, .net, whatever, because sometimes, you know, like I'll get marketing, you know, emails and I try to figure out what they're doing. How are they doing what they're doing? And then I'll like look at the email address and then I'll like plug it into the website and then I'll see where it tracks to. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Okay, so your recommendation number one, do you redirect that .co.net whatever to your main company page? And then number two, then there's also that part where there's the Google Postmaster tools within GHL. Do you tie that in to your Google Postmaster tools in the event that, you know, you're like going, no, this is cold outreach, you're going to get in trouble. And then now they know all of what Walt owns. And now you're all in trouble.
I get it. I haven't done the Google Postmaster tools. Can you guys see the whiteboard again? Has that come up on the screen?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, cool. So the way we do the redirect. So again, super easy. This is a brand new domain. We say this is so let me keep this separate. This is main domain. All right. So this is the one that we don't want to mess with. This does not do any marketing email. This does only opted in, replies, payment receipts, that kind of stuff. Now we register a new domain. So new domain one. And you're right, Stacey, people try and work out what you're doing. So to me, it makes more sense to have a name that's close. Prospect-falcon.com so that people can then relate that to where it's going to land. So what I do is with this domain, obviously I set this up on Instantly and create the email accounts and all that kind of stuff, verify. All of that is a bunch of hard work, but step by step through a wizard with Instantly and putting it in the background with Google Suite. Again, yes, Malik, I see the comment there. We'll do a training on it and bust that out. But in terms of redirect, I add this to GHL. So my main sub account where my main domain lives is on GHL. I will add this to GHL. So I'll actually add it to the same sub account. So add to main sub account as a domain, and then literally set up a redirect. So in GHL itself, there we go, set up redirect. So I go into settings, add that domain, go into URL redirects, select that domain, all traffics, which is just the / in the extension, points back to this main domain. So prospectfalcon.co redirects to prospectfalcon.com. Prospectfalcon.net redirects to prospectfalcon.com.
Yeah,
so that
I
way,
just do it on the server. So, okay.
Yeah, that to me, that was the
idea
easiest
too.
way. Like you could go into the server and set up the Cloudflare redirects and all that kind of gear. To me, I just add it there and just do the redirect because it's super easy and it does the www for you as well. And if you're using Cloudflare, which we are, it's got, when we add the domain, it automatically does the Cloudflare connection. Hey presto, takes about 1 second. And then, so from there I go add domain, save and done, add redirect, save and done, all working. So that way everything points to the main domain. And if somebody, like, we'll send an email and it's, Walt at prospectfalcon.co. What's prospectfalcon.co? And it's going to redirect to prospectfalcon.com. So that's how I set that up.
How many of the actions are you finding that are available through doing the cold outreach through Integrately? Like, like if I'm sitting here and like one of my workflows is that I'm sending from the subdomain to the main domain upon somebody opening up the email. Is that still available? No.
Look, it is. Again, I can only relate to the training. So the last time I did this depth of training on cold email was like 6 years ago. And I went through with the head of product from Woodpecker, and we got on the head of product from Lemlist, and I did a whole bunch of training there. So going through this training in this last week has kind of brought me up to date on the latest and the greatest. So I went through the training from Lead Gen J, I went through the training from Hormozy, and pretty much the reality is open tracking is rigged. So open tracking, there's a lot of like spam checkers and filters and stuff. So you might send out your open tracking. This is just brand new from what I've learned in the last week. All your open numbers are getting skewed because there's a heap of like AI tools at the moment that are, filtering emails and inboxes and stuff. And I'm running one myself and couldn't live without it. So their open rates might be completely skewed. So they open the email, doesn't actually mean that a person saw it. What about a click? Same gig. So there are spam checkers and there are, phishing filters and that kind of stuff. It might even be clicking on the link to see, is this a genuine website? Is this going where it is? So what this training literally said is, who cares how many opens you get? Who cares how many clicks you get? The only thing that matters is a reply, right? Or an action, right? So somebody's actually done something as a result of your email coming through. And even then, automated tracking on replies can be skewed because that reply might be, you've reached me on a Friday and I don't work on Friday, so I'll get back to your account on Monday. And it's an auto reply. And it's like, well, that wasn't really something. So you genuinely, you're looking for customer engagement, like an engaged lead, as Hormozy said. So I've got a lead, great. Doesn't mean anything until they go, me. And at that point you go, bang, that's who I'm looking for. So you're looking at making sure, what are we doing with the actions? We've got the action set up in the background to auto send the 2-minute video, but also to come through on the mobile app. So speed to lead, we're making sure that we've got, if somebody's actually saying, hey, that sounds interesting for me, then it's a human reply because I want to be on that straight away. So the other person that I've learned a lot from in this last couple of weeks is Dan Martell. So the way Dan Martell uses social media is just a masterclass in itself. So Dan Martell's selling $12,000 coaching programs and doing it personally through his social media. The first thing I did was like, hi Dan's assistant. I know that Dan doesn't handle his own social media. And so he sent back a video going, hi Walt, this is actually me. And I handle all my own social media. I'm like, okay, cool. And he actually has a YouTube video that says, I spend 2.5 to 3 hours a day on social media. And I'm okay, that's really interesting. But what I watched him do was a complete masterclass. So, and again, how does this relate to Instantly? I'll come back to that. How does this relate to our leads tool? I'll come back to that in just a second. So he's got a whole bunch of content that he's sending people to from emails. So send an email to watch a video. Hey, I popped this up on Instagram the other day, thought you might be interested. Hey, I thought of you when I put this up, go and have a check out on this YouTube video. All of his content has got an auto reply system behind it, which you can set up in GHL, right? So the first reply is auto reply, and it comes out with a question. It's like, so follow Dan Martell, and it comes in and says, hey, Stacey, thanks for the follow. Are you here to, I think his message was, are you here just for the videos or are you building a business? And I replied, both. And that's when he took over. As soon as somebody actually responded to the question, he jumped in. And he spent probably, I think, Johan, 2 or 3 days over a period of 20 messages. But, just an interaction here, an interaction there, not 2 or 3 days as in, 8 hours a day conversing with Walt. No, it was just like 1 or 2 messages a day here and there. It's like, so Walt, tell me what you're up to. What are you doing here and here? And he took me through a journey, which was like, tell me about your business. What are your problems? What are you facing? What would that look like if that problem was solved for you? And by the time we got to, I think you'd be a great fit for my elite program. Here's a link. Let me know if you're in or if you've got any other questions. And it was so beautifully done. As I said, it was a masterclass in funnel selling. And he took me through, what's your pain points? What are you looking at? What would that look like if I can solve it? He asked me a trust question, which I thought was great. He was like, based on what you know about me, do you think I can solve that problem for you? And I was like, wow, that's so brilliant. Like, that's really great. So that question was perfect. And then the question after that was, okay, well, what you've told me is this, this, and this. Sounds like you're a great fit for our elite program. Here's the link. And it was a masterclass. So how to do that using cold email, sending people to content and letting them engage with the content where you can have the content then auto communicate with them. Brilliant. Amazing. So now I can send out tons of stuff with just content that people can go and absorb. And if that content speaks to them, they comment or they follow or they engage. And that's where the human can jump in and take over. So that was just like super cool. Stacey, helpful?
No, yeah, no, that's great. Yeah.
Your first word was no, and I went, wait, what did I miss?
I have been riding on that same path that you have been this week. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Like,
okay.
Literally. Yeah. So that's why I'm sitting here going, no, I literally just have been doing all of that so that I could prep for the Monday meeting, which I knew was going to be focused on recruitment. So it's like I needed to figure out a way to incorporate the autopilot bot, then also mass cold market while protecting the domain. And then that's when Instantly came. And I tried another one, but to your point, it was like it was limited to maybe 1 or 3 or then unlimited package. It was like, you've got to be kidding me. You might as well just go with the unlimited package. And there are a lot more tools there. So I agree with, I was relieved to hear that you'd chosen the same path that I had. So
yeah.
Thank you for that affirmation. That's for sure.
No problems. Again, I can't say it's the best on the market. What I can say is the best I found. I can say it's the best I've found. I haven't looked at them all recently.
I agree. No.
Hey, Stacey, it's very rare that I see Walt at 7 p.m. going, I'm done.
Oh man, I was drained. I was done.
I'm finished. I'm going to bed. I'm like, it's 7. It's a half day. What's going on?
Yeah, right. It's normally midnight. We're still talking.
I was right there with you. I'm not kidding you. I sat there and I'm like, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm like sitting here like a little robot, and I'm fine to do the little robot thing, but like it was draining, and I agree. So thank you.
The reason, so for anybody else who's listening, why was it so draining? Why was it such a thing? Because it was a lot of repetitive click, copy, paste, log into Google, authorize, get this done, go back to Cloudflare. Like it was 50 different steps to get a single email account set up. I was like, I've got to do this 25 more times. It was just mind numbing. About the second or third time through, I loomed it all so I can have a set of SOPs and then give it to the team the next thing. For those of you who are business owners who have heard Johan and I always talk about the fact that why didn't you just get the team to do that, was because we've already got the team working on some pretty amazing big projects, and this was just another diversion that we didn't want to throw them at the last minute. And of course, US time zones were a part of that as well.
And
so I did it.
You had to rip it all out, and you had to think through it, and there aren't really any instructions, and you're piecing it together. And then there are buttons that are available to you. You know the button I'm talking about in GHL that's available to you but you can't have access to it unless you actually call GHL and say, hey, I want that button enabled.
Yeah,
You know
the
what I'm
premium
talking
domains.
about,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. So yeah, it was a big thing, but we did get it all set up, and once it's set up, it's running. So that was cool. Mr. Mark, jump in and share a challenge with us. Let's get you up and running.
Yeah, hey everyone. If there's anyone else on here sitting back listening to all that domain, subdomain, redirect, all that stuff, and you feel like you're learning Chinese, so am I. So it's all good. I'm confident at some point I will get it.
We're right there with you, man. Just keep asking questions, guys, when you get started.
Actually, Mark, you don't need to learn it. And the reason we haven't released any trainings or anything is because, as Walt said, it's only 4 days in. Once we know that it 100% works, then we'll do the training. And then I'm sure in our community, again, there's builders and there's sellers. Just let the seller set it up for you. It's a quick SOP. We'll give you the SOPs for your VAs and all that kind of stuff. So, but we're testing. Please do not, Mark. You're an amazing salesperson. Stick to closing
Don't get
deals.
stuck in the weeds.
Do not go down this part. You don't need to.
Yeah. While I was doing all of that nightmare stuff, Johan was making $10,000 sales. Thank God the sales engine of our company was still working while I was buried head deep in subdomains and redirects. Like, you need to have the sales working. And the reality is, somebody mentioned JC before. Teams like JC have all of these SOPs, and you can literally just go, hey, go and set me up 50 new instantly accounts. All right, cool, great. And you can keep that sign that Johan gifted me for my birthday last year. That is the biggest message that every entrepreneur on the call should take, right? You have magic in you. Anyone can set up subdomains and redirects. It's just literally following a bouncing ball. Only you can talk to an entrepreneur, a business owner, solve their problem, and pick up a $50,000 check. Like, don't get stuck in the weeds, because the magic needs to shine. So, Mr. Mark, did you have anything else that we can cover off?
Yes, please. Yeah, that'd be great. So yeah, I just want to go over the roadblock I faced yesterday, and I'm not sure if there's someone that wants to share their screen in the mastermind, or if Walt, you'll take over, which you probably will. But either way, I would be very.
Mark's like 3 calls in, and he already knows.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Johan has to fight for the mic, man.
No, it's all good.
I just want to put this to you and just see what you would do. So the potential client that I met with yesterday, they were interested in finding white goods head office contacts within Australia who they could potentially work with. So white goods manufacturing head office contacts. I might just start with that one. Like there was 3 specific requests, but let's start with white goods. I went to local search initially. I typed in white goods, didn't get much gold back. Went then white goods manufacturers into the local search, didn't get much good back. What would you do if they wanted to be like white goods specific?
Yeah, great question. So happy to throw it over to the group. So let me answer that question with a strategy piece before I dive into the tool. So I've got the tool open behind the screen, and I'll share that in just a second. One of the biggest tips that I can give you on a sales call is to know. My very first sales mentor, when I first started working for this man, he said to me one day, I was 24 years old, and he said to me, you have to make a choice right now whether you want to be good at this or you just want a job. And I said, I want to be good at it. And he said, well, in that case, you need to study sales. You need to understand that if you want to be good at this, don't just take it lightly. So I did. I went and studied Zig Ziglar, and I went and studied Jim Rohn and Dennis Waitley and all of these guys. Like, I decided that I wanted to be good at it. And one of the things that that was part of that sales training was this question, which is what I'm echoing back to you, Mark, was in a sales call, in a sales demo, never ask a question that you don't know the answer to, right? So just purely from trying to help anybody who's on this call, when I'm going towards a sales meeting, so right, I'm meeting with XYZ company, with the exception of Johan. I've seen Johan's calendar, and I do not know how he does 13 meetings back to back from 6 in the morning until 9 at night and doesn't sleep, eat, or have a break in between. He's the only person I've ever seen that has that busy a calendar. But with the exception of Johan, most of us in a sales environment will max out at 2 to 3 sales call meetings per day, which means 15 minutes before the meeting, great thing to do. Jump onto their site and just understand what they do and what they sell. Don't ever ask a question that you don't know the answer to. So when I ask the question of, so who's your ideal client? Who would you be looking to sell, be looking to find? They would say, I'm looking for appliance, white goods salespeople in Melbourne. I already know that answer. So I know before that search, I would have done a practice search to make sure I can get my results. That word didn't work. This word didn't work. That word does work. Sweet. That's the one I'm going to demo. Great. Cool. So in terms of, so in our sales kit, and for those who haven't got the sales kit, you can go to whitelabelsuite.com/sales-kit, whitelabelsuite.com/sales-kit. In there are trainings on how to prepare for a sales meeting, how to deliver a sales meeting, and some of the things that we cover off. And so one of the things that I cover in that sales meeting is use the tool to generate ICP suggestions before you get to the client. So again, let's jump across into the screen share and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Mark, I don't want to feel like I'm a mom telling you off, but I just want to say, like, next time there's ways that you can approach this that might be helpful. So what do I mean by use the tools? Jump in and actually come across to the settings, get into your AI tools and start to actually load up things like their website. So jump in here and actually load in their website. So then you can go to the ICP suggestions. So you can go and you can come in here and literally say, all right, so guys, I've loaded in some data here. I've got your business name, your website. I've got all that kind of stuff in here. ICP suggestion is telling me that these are the kind of clients you're looking for. So we've started to do a little bit of research here, and then we're coming across and going, cool, so let's do our search. In terms of the white goods, the appliances, again, it might take a couple of searches to get it, but let's see if we can nail it down. So are we talking Melbourne again, Mark?
Yeah, Melbourne. And I just want to say, I actually did all this, Walt, so you'd be proud of me.
Cool.
Like, the pre-work I put into this was out of control. They work with about 25 different industries. And so the pre-work I plugged in was like I thought, we'll go down this path and this will be more than sufficient. And then they're like, no, we're doing a live demo. We want to know this. I was like, shit.
Okay. Well, so that was for everybody on the call as well. Like, that sales kit just walks through how to prep for a sales demo to make sure that you're getting your stuff sorted. So in the local search, if you're looking for manufacturers, white good manufacturers or appliance manufacturers, again, it's probably the terminology. So if we're looking for, is it manufacturing specifically that we're looking at?
Like they wanted, I guess, like those major appliance brands like Miele, Fisher and Paykel, Westinghouse, like they're not manufactured in Australia, right? But they do have head offices based in Australia.
Yep.
For a lot of the big brands. So I'm not sure how you would word it, but the word appliances actually is probably the best term.
Yeah. So this again, I do not know what I'm going to get. So never ask a question in a sales call that you don't know the answer to. I don't know what I'm going to get, but this is what I would have tried first up. So appliance distributor, and again, we have a big electronics client that uses our tool, and this is kind of the search that they're doing. So again, if I go Melbourne, Victoria,
can you put Australia in there, Walt? And would that pull from the whole of Australia, or
yes,
is it a bit off?
Yes, on the new company search. And again, the reason we haven't done the training here is we've just added this in and we're still tweaking the filters to make sure our data is right. So do on local search, stay city. On company search, you can go country. We'll get to that in a sec. So appliance distributor in Melbourne, Victoria. All right, let me just create a new list here. Cool.
Just as when I was talking to Mark yesterday, I said, go to the people search and type in the company like Westinghouse or Miele.
Yeah, definitely. Great way to go.
All the people who work there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That $1.2 billion company that we have, that's how we help them find all their people, and they're looking for similar search.
Yeah, true. Yeah, so doing that in the people search is great. But there we go. So distribution center, Melbourne City, yep. Factory outlet, go get appliances. Like there's a few there. Factory outlet. So we might have a few that are, so there's SMEG. Okay, cool. That's going to be there's a couple of different appliance centers there. So that's going to get you closer, I would think. Mm-hmm. So then we can, again, see where they're up to. That's a really great point from Johan as well. So if I've got SMEG as a good starting point, I can say, okay, cool. This is a great example of who I'm looking for. I could come into the people search then and do that same thing. So I go, okay, cool. Let's do a search in our people search and look for appliance or, but in our advanced filters here, we want to go with company name, SMEG. All right, so I can go SMEG and it comes up straight away. Right, SMEG, 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 SMEG South Africa, etc. So there's quite a few there. I can go, so I can put their name in here, or I could actually put I could do an import and import their actual domain link in there. But that would also be a way to do it. So the appliance distributor would be a good starting point. I might actually even use the head office tag as well. So I might pop in here appliance head office or something like that. Appliance head office. And again, see what you come up with the search. So I would, again, literally, you're in the right spot. It's just making sure that we use the right words here to get the kind of one that we're looking for. Oh, that was the one. That was the demo I did for you the other day. See if we've got it. There we go. So Good Guys Corporate Office, Home Appliances, Comcator Head Office. All right, we're starting to get a few there. So through a few different searches, you could start to kind of find the right spot there. With that company search, guys, and again, we haven't done the training on this because we have literally only just added this. Local search is what we used to call company search, and we've rebranded it as local search because it's using geographical data to find our positions. The difference between these two searches is that whilst this is starting with Google, this is literally starting with companies that are on LinkedIn. So it's a different level of search here. So I can come in here and I can start to, again, find these people. So I can say appliance like that, and I can look in Melbourne, or actually we said Australia here. So I can go Australia. And these filters will change over the next couple of days as well, guys. But in here, this is where we, this one is interesting. You will see in the next 24, 48 hours that this will have a whole bunch of click subsection boxes that you can tick. So it'll be, I'm looking for real estate, and underneath real estate, it'll be commercial real estate or industrial real estate. So you'll be able to tick which boxes. At the moment, you've got to guess, which is not cool. Appliances. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. Not a bad guess. White goods. Nothing. Electronics.
I think white goods is 2 words.
Okay, cool. Consumer electronics. All right, great. So we've got a few different. Let's see if that comes up. Nothing from white. That's okay. So that will give us maybe a few different results there. I'm not sure if that will need it to be taken out or not, but let's have a look. There we go. So now we've got a few. Brisbane appliance sales, appliance services, appliance tagging, appliance direct appliance rentals. So a few others there. I might put in there distributors, for example, distribution rather than appliance. Let's see what we come back with. It'll come back with distribution, 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 distribution. So we might get a few different ways of searching there, Mark. So appliances, electronics, white goods, distributors, wholesalers, manufacturers, head office. Those are the kind of words that would be the way I would go for those. Is that helpful?
Yeah, it was. Thank you. There was specifically a request. They wanted the Foot Locker Australia head office contact details, or anyone at Foot Locker Australia. So
Okay.
I went to the people search, and LinkedIn had a couple of employees on there from Australia, but not many. I'm not sure why that is, but I don't know. That was just another one that they got me with, and just, yeah, anyway, didn't go my way, but it is what it is.
So the Foot Locker, is it footlocker.com.au?
That's a good question, actually. I
That would be the
didn't
first
think
thing.
of that.
So
Yeah,
I would
domain
use
search.
the domain search, exactly. So I would come in again if I knew what I was looking for. Again, do not know what I'm about to get here. But if the domain is footlocker.com.au, again, let's just see this here. Shoe retail.
Yeah, it is. It's .com.au.
Okay, great. So footlocker.com.au. Let's just see what we come back with. Okay, so we only got one service at, but I would probably also then use the people search to bring that in. So use the people search either, let's go with LinkedIn Foot Locker and go, there's Foot Locker's own LinkedIn page, and I would import that in.
That's the global one.
Okay.
Ooh. You want to go back because they've got one for Asia, they've got one for each.
Wow, they're doing
one.
some numbers. 8 billion in 2024. That's not bad. So yeah, I would find the Foot Locker Australia Facebook or LinkedIn page, and I'd be able to import that into the tool and expand it out from there, Mr. Mark.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Awesome. Dude, I hope, again, jump in and just the brainstorm of, okay, I'm looking for, I don't know, gardening companies. All right, what else do gardening companies call themselves? Landscaping, yard improvement, like whatever it is. The trouble with the trouble with the trouble with the internet is that it only knows what you tell it. The great thing about AI is it's interpretive. So again, something that you'll see coming into the tool really, really, really soon is an AI-based search. So we literally go find me all of the electronics manufacturers in Melbourne, and it will iterate those searches. So that's coming through as well. But thinking that brainstorm, okay, are we looking for distributors, manufacturers, wholesalers, warehouses? Like what's the ways that we can adjust that search term to get the tool to work differently, if that makes sense. Cool. Mark, again, dude, what I applaud with you is your action and activity. You are just hitting it hard, and keep that thought, as I mentioned before, the magic for anybody here who's on the call, the magic is in talking to business owners, getting to that conversational piece. In fact, as we're talking about instantly and cold email marketing, I've got two different campaigns that I'm running. One is personal and one is automated. The automated one is reaching out to salespeople, but it's asking them, or it's actually got the first line of the email says something like, would you agree that the next conversation you have could open a massive door for you in sales? We have a tool that does this. It can help you spark conversations. Having conversations with the right business owners is your way of making sales again and again and again and again. Cool. Guys, a couple of questions in the chat box about the book. Johan, you want to just bring us up to speed?
Yeah, for sure. So first, Maceo.
Hey, Maceo.
I said that 2-minute video. So that is in that sales kit just above. Do you want to show him where that video is?
Which video are we talking specifically?
2-minute conversational sales video.
Actually, I'm not sure if that's in the sales kit itself. That is on our YouTube, but let me grab it for you.
Sure. And then
I'll grab your link. Yep.
The book. Manolo, the book is here. It's really 400 pages. So I just did the GHL has just got back. We're now just looking for a couple of people to do reviews, and once that's done, it goes live on the 30th of July. And so we're going to have a big launch party. There's going to be a lot of fun stuff. But yeah, between now and then, you're going to see a lot of news about the book because all of our affiliates are going to jump on board and they're going to be promoting it, etc. So that's what's happening over the next month. Thank you, Kim. That's awesome. I love the little party here. Go, Walt. What were you going to say?
No, I was going to say, we actually, as a team, the White Label Suite team went through the book after we wrote it, after we put it all together. Like this is 2 years to put that together. But after we put it together, we actually broke it down chapter by chapter internally. And we were like, okay, cool. What have we got? What do we need to do? And it's such an amazing blueprint where you go, okay, cool. I've got these 5 things set up and done, but that one piece, damn, we've overlooked it. It's an amazing blueprint to walk through. I highly recommend that you give it a scan through, read it through, and then go back through as a workbook and literally start. All right, chapter 1. We just got beginning. Are we good? Have we done this? What are the takeaways? And the workbook's written as a workbook, so you can annotate in the back of it. You can get in and walk all the way through. So highly recommend that you go through like that.
Yeah, cool. The book.
Yeah, the book.
And guys, one big thing that came out of the book is actually, can I talk about the big thing or not? I will leave it next time.
It's your company. You can do what you like.
There's going to be a major change to White Label Suite. Doesn't affect you guys in any way.
Oh, you want to go that big? Okay, that's interesting.
But just actually, you know what?
Let's do this. Your company. You can do what you like. I applaud you. I think it's the right thing to do.
It's all good. So
no,
guys,
do it. Don't just hold back now.
I want to do it properly. We'll do it properly.
I mean, good grief, the drum roll's killing us.
Wait a minute, I have to say something. You know what? We are your people. We are your ICP. Okay, so just spill it. We're here. We won't tell anybody. Please.
I love it.
Right, Stacey?
That's right. Except it's broadcasted all over the internet.
But yeah, right. Except for live streaming right now.
Outside of that,
don't tell nobody. Totally just between you and I.
Well, turn off the recording.
No, it's all good. There is some big news coming, but bro, relate it back to the book and the strategy and all that sort of stuff.
The book, actually, going through it without him, Ebony's like, don't do it.
There's a whole lot of stuff we need to cover yet.
Otherwise, we're going to be on here for another hour. No, so just know that the book it's transformational for your company. It has been for ours. Our entire team has gone through it. Our entire team has helped build the next version of our company because of the book. There's 17 chapters in there. And so what we did was every night we'd read the chapter. Every morning we'd get together our morning and we would say, hey, this is what we learned. This is what we can implement. This is what we need to put in place. And it has, over the last month, transformed our business. So very, very, very excited to be showing you this. And it's not just, please don't make it just a book that just sits on your shelf. It is transformational. So one more month and we're ready to go. Thank you.
Yeah, we're good. There's some really cool stuff.
And again, what was the big news? Was that it?
No, the big news you will see it. It is to do with.
You're kidding me.
Nothing changes. Nothing changes for you guys as a client. But
a meeting, and now you're going to do this to me.
Well, that's to make sure that you don't miss the next meeting, Stacey. There's some pieces that we need to put in place before that announcement. But again, it doesn't change anything for you guys. It enhances what we're doing in the marketplace and gets out there. So you'll see. I think the one thing I can say is that you'll see a lot more business growth training as a result of this change. So we're really focusing on helping entrepreneurs unlock what's in front of them and be able to move that forward. So we're going to have some fun with that. Cool, awesome, guys.
Thank you so much.
This was a random hot seat session, Mr. Johan.
It was. And thank you for your feedback, guys. It helps us.
Yeah, guys, I've made notes on that. That's really cool. And please keep that feedback coming. We're about to roll into that next quarter. So again, pure transparency. Here's where we come from. We've got a bunch of people in our white label suite community that we just love on heaps and heaps. And there's the 10%, which is you guys, which are coming to all of the trainings, and we want to get more people to come to the trainings. So we're like, what can we do more? How can we help people get involved with us? What do they need? So if you've got thoughts about how we could help you, please tell us. If we don't know, which is a high chance, I'm Australian after all, if there's something that we don't know, we'll bring an expert in. We'll get somebody in who knows that subject and we'll get them to teach us all. So let us know, what is it that you would like more training on, and we'll be building that alongside you so that we can help you guys unlock and move your businesses forward. So thanks, Manolo. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. This makes my week. Clay, mine too. This is my favorite session of the week. Always be talking prices. I like that. Mark, I like it. Cool. Nice.
Maceo, awesome. You missed the big reveal. No, I'm joking.
Maceo, we like.
Yeah, I got disconnected for some reason. I don't know what happened.
It's all good, bro. It's all good. It's awesome. All right, guys. Thank you so much. If there's anything else, again, as we always say, don't wait for this meeting. If there's something that you need help with immediately, support.whitelabelsuite.com. The team are 100% geared to your success. If you drop a question into support and the team can't immediately answer it, they will send it to Johan and I. Be like, hey, Fred asked me this and I don't really know. Can we get back to him? So if you need any help at all as you're growing your businesses, let us be that partner in your corner. That's what we're here for. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Hey, have a great week ahead. We look forward to seeing you all soon, yeah?
Ebs, please get Maceo the link for the 2-minute.
Oh wait, Maceo, I've still got it on my copy and paste. Maceo, that's the 2-minute video. I just popped it into the chat box there. So that's the 2-minute video on contact aware conversations. You can drop it in there. Grab that link. Got it. Awesome.
All right. Just in time. Thank you all. See you soon.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
Have a great week. See you.
Bye. Thank you.